That's kind of a dramatic title, but I thought it was catchier than saying the severe intimidation and gratifying freedom of self-publishing. It's a viable way to get your work printed according to your exact vision, but it involves hanging out on the uncomfortable end of the learning curve. I'm interested in the graphic novel, especially as educational platform. Here are some of my favorites that I was inspired by before I began working on my own project. We've got all kinds of nonfiction that's very experimental, biographies and memoirs and travelogues. A little background, I think we all ask ourselves this question. It's a combo answer, fine art. I work with Imagine Education. I'm a part-time art teacher at Roots and Wings. You might have seen my car around town. And I've been doing publishing for a while. This is some more current work. There's a series with a Dutch publisher. These are coming out in January. And then there's a few along the bottom that are in progress. Encyclopedia of the Exquisite was historical anecdotes about the Victorian era. Then I launched this kind of illogical labor of love that was a nonfiction mini comic series called Comic Cosmos. And that's actually how I met Abigail Simone, who is an author editor in Berkeley. And somehow she ended up on my subscriber list. But years later, she met with me in January to discuss this project that we ran as a Kickstarter self-published book. And it's a graphic novel biography about Nikola Tesla. So let me find where I'm at here. It's a crowdfunding platform. So it helps link you up to buyers and you pre-sell the book before you even make it. And we had some other interesting things like t-shirts, posters, and then some more unusual options where you could pay to have your send in a headshot and be an extra painted in scene in the book. So here's some upsides of self-publishing. I've been loving the artistic freedom. So for example, when Tesla called Marconi a donkey, I thought I would just paint that. And then I illustrated our kiddos as sea monsters on the title page. You would avoid any risk by pre-selling it. Oh, this is going faster than I thought. There's some drawbacks. I worked long distance with Abigail, so that's my image of how I feel when I'm writing an irritable email. But over Skype, you're face to face, and I would usually like calm down and cooperate. And then there's a lot of backers, so that was exciting but time consuming. Here's a Venn diagram I made about what it's like to be your own project manager. It sounds fun, but daily this goes through my brain. So if you try this, you should expect your brain to look like this every morning. Here's more about the Tesla project. We wanted to focus on the eccentric humanitarian personality beneath the surface of all the triumphs and tragedies. There's our bio flap with our glamour shots. We made up our own publishing company called Electric Pen. Let's see, it starts out, had Nikola Tesla the means to build his fantastic inventions, they would have transformed the globe. He really thought we would be speaking to Martians via radio or fighting wars with remote control robots. Here's a few scenes from his early childhood in Croatia and his dramatic demonstration at the Chicago World Fair. Now, the book is totally finished and at the printer, but we won't receive it for about an unknown amount of time. It's coming. It's coming on a boat from South Korea. So a few other random favorites. Let's see, that's during Edison actually ran a smear campaign and at one point electrocuted an elephant publicly. Here's the power plant at Niagara Falls. And sorry for the spoiler alert, but if someone's born in 1856, you know how it's going to end. Then I have another project I thought I would throw at the end because the Tesla book is actually already sold out and we hope to reprint it in the future. But my next project I'm going to run in the spring of 2014 is a myth about what the world might have been like before it spun, and it was day on one side and night on the other, always. And the story follows Joseph Campbell's journey of the hero pattern, and it's something that I wrote a while back, but I'm just now finding the time to pick up and do the illustrations for. There's a few more scenes. It's the you're kind of the audience, and you visit the tower at the top of the world where Eternity and her sister Wind are watching and keeping record of all the events, and so it's kind of a dialogue about what was. Here's the title page. When the Earth starts to spin and everyone has to adjust to the division of time between night and day, there's a young boy who's been keeping all of these ravens, and he plays a mysterious role in helping everyone to adapt. So basically, part of the crowdfunding model is you get a Facebook page, and whether you like Facebook or not, it's kind of useful for this. And I've been keeping news about the Tesla one up so that people can find out about when it's going to arrive. And the ebook is still available. And then the Raven Boy book is going to be like a blog, so you'll kind of see it in progress up until next spring. So this is a lot to memorize in 20 seconds. So if you didn't, there's little strips of paper outside that have all of these addresses. And if you were interested, you could look up more information.